Hi, I'm Kim Anderson, President of the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce. Faribault Works is presented by the Chamber because we value work and we want to make sure that local businesses have the workforce they need to grow and prosper. Every day, thousands of Faribault people get up and go to work. They work for small businesses, big companies, even for themselves. And this program takes you inside some of those fascinating jobs. The Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce teamed up with TLT Video Productions and FCTV to produce Faribault Works. The program is sponsored by Steel-Waseca Cooperative Electric, who serves the Faribault area, industrial parks, and lake region. So Faribault enjoys a diverse employment, high-tech modern jobs, old world artisan jobs, people that work in big and small companies, and they love to talk about their jobs. So today we're here with Suzanne Terry, who works as a realtor with Edina Realty. Hi, Suzanne.
Hello.
I want to thank you because Suzanne was one of the brains behind this project. And it was actually an idea that she had on another committee that brought this idea to fruition. So thank you for bringing the idea to our chamber. Now, how long have you been a realtor?
10 years this month.
Okay, so you have a lot of experience and can share with our audience quite a bit about what that means to be a realtor. Tell us a little bit about that.
I've seen the over the 10 years changing market. I came in at the top of the market, and I've seen it go down to the bottom, and I have now seeing it climb back up. So that's one of the things in being a realtor, is being able to be flexible. You have to have some fortitude and diligence. You have to work hard. You have to be able to kind of pick your bootstraps up during the hard times, and
because in a way your compensation is just based on results, right?
That is correct. It's 100% commission.
Okay, so you really are in a way self-employed and create your own business around your relationships with people.
That's right.
So tell us about that. How do you foster those relationships? And if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I'm thinking about selling my house, what is the process that you take them through?
A little bit different if it's a buyer than it's or a seller. I call it counselor selling.
Okay.
It's first of all, you have to be able to develop trust. It's really important for that client to be able to trust you, to think that you're honest. That's to have integrity. So that's, to me, the start of it in developing that relationship. You have to care. You have to really care about that person, and you have to be a really good listener and listen to what their needs are. So that's the start of it. There's research involved, whether you're helping a buyer buy a new home, researching the type of property that they're looking for, and lining up showings and finding out disclosures and tax information and that sort of thing. Or if you're helping a seller, doing a market analysis, helping them arrive at an appropriate price, giving them a market plan, and helping them prepare that home for sale, whether it's staging it, helping them give ideas for decluttering it. So there's a lot involved, a lot of behind the scenes.
It sounds like you have to have a lot of different skills. You have to be a researcher and a market analyst.
Correct.
And a little bit of an interior decorator and all kinds of things.
That's correct.
Yeah. How do you acquire that knowledge? And I mean, there's a training process and education requirement and licensing requirements. Tell us about that.
Well, to be a realtor, you have to go through courses, state required courses, and you have to pass the tests, appropriate tests. for it, and you have to pass with a certain percentage. With Edina Realty, they also have what's called Edina U. So it's to hone those skills. So that's another 30-hour course. And then
go back to that initial education that
okay.
I don't know what it takes, but I think I might want to be a realtor. What is the licensing requirement? What kind of, is it a 12-week course, or is it something different than that?
It is actually 2 sets of courses, at least when I went. You had your first course, which was all about passing the test. That's all they train. Yes, the licensing requirement.
Now, what are the elements of that, or what kinds of things do you learn?
You learn about real estate. I don't want to say law, but it is. I mean, you have to learn about the forms. Learn about things like how many square feet are in a square mile.
Sure.
So more the technical terms that are involved in real estate.
Sure. So that you can have the knowledge to share with your clients as they come along. Sure.
That's correct.
Okay. And then through Edina, you get ongoing education and, training as you go to keep fresh and new ideas, and probably related to the ups and downs of the market and how the customer changes during that.
And the technology.
Okay.
Technology is huge in real estate now. I mean, you need to have to be really on your game. You have to know technology.
For example,
we almost all of us carry smartphones now. To access the multiple listing service, to be able to do something as simple as creating a flyer, to have the resources to get to the county websites.
Sure.
To keep on top of the latest news of what's going on with the market, interest rates, what's going on with mortgages.
And everybody wants to go to the website and look at pictures of a house they might be interested in. So is that the responsibility of the realtor as well, to keep that up to date?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's lots of elements involved there.
Checking daily, sometimes a couple times a day, to see if new properties are coming on the market.
And how do you get your leads, so your client, how do you build that list?
At this point, it's probably 99% referrals.
Okay.
Some of it is through the Edina Realty website. Most of it, though, is through word of mouth through past clients that I've worked with. Some of it are directly through my own website.
That's nice. Satisfied customers refer others to you. Yeah.
Other people I know in town.
Sure. So tell me about a great day in real estate. I mean, if you just have the best day ever, what's it like?
The best day ever would be to have a very smooth purchase agreement. Very little negotiation, if any. It's such a process in real estate that it's almost like, what's the best transaction?
Okay.
Not necessarily the day itself, but I guess the best day would be to not have any issues going on with a transaction or with a property or with a client, just to have a really smooth day that it just, you go home and go, God, I didn't have a crisis call today.
I imagine. And there's probably a lot of emotion involved. People are emotionally attached to their homes, and they're making a very big financial decision. So you probably do serve as a counselor a lot of times.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yeah, our second hat is therapist.
That's great. That's great. So you have been 10 years in real estate. What did you do before that?
I worked with my husband, and we had a construction company, and we also had a window and door company, a store, and then I worked as in a sales position, and I helped communities decorate their their streets
Okay.
and their parks for holidays, like the banners that we have in town. Those actually came from the company I used to work for.
That's interesting. That's great.
And then it was a couple other things,
Okay.
because it all
Great.
ties in.
Okay, yeah.
I was a specialty travel agent. So, and then prior to that, I worked for Bachman's for many years, and I did their event planning, and I was did horticulture and administrative assistant. So all those skills kind of tied into what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. What would you tell somebody that was interested in real estate about the challenges and the rewards of a job in real estate?
The first thing, I actually help new agents that come in. I do the technology training in our office, and the first thing I always tell them is gather your contact list. Don't be a secret agent. Let people know that you're in real estate, and call people. Let them know that you want their business. Second thing is to develop a good marketing plan, a personal marketing plan, and a client marketing plan, and develop goals. Because if you don't have your goals, you aren't going to be able, what are you going to achieve if you don't have something written on paper? And those goals will help you get to the next step.
Yeah, that's really good advice, not just for realtors, but for just about anybody, well, really for everybody. We're going to get to know a little bit more about Suzanne in a moment.
The Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce would like to thank Steel Waseca Cooperative Electric for sponsoring this episode of Faribault Works.
I'm Doug Hughes with Steel Waseca Cooperative Electric. We're the electric cooperative that serves the region around Faribault, Minnesota. And we feel that Faribault has many opportunities and that it's possibly the gateway to America, to the United States, because it's right south of Minneapolis, St. Paul, with easy access to I-35, and they have an easy approach for airport traffic, rail, they have natural gas, and there's many industrial customers that take advantage of this close proximity to the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport, and also the small town community and the helpful community that Faribault is. And they have plenty of industrial land for businesses to develop, and plenty of accesses off the freeway, and they have many supportive businesses in town, plus their Chamber of Commerce, which is a very good link to any help that anybody should need in the Faribault area.
So we're back talking to Suzanne Terry, who's a realtor with Edina Realty. What's cool about being a realtor?
First of all, the people. I have just made some really great relationships, not just clients, but friends.
Okay.
And it really, what you put into it is what you get back. And the second thing is the homes. Oh my gosh, some of these are straight out of HGTV. Some of the beautiful homes. I kind of like dabbling and decorating a little bit, so it gives me ideas for my home. Some of them are kind of, you get into some kind of funky homes, and there are so many different ones.
I would think that it could almost be like an occupational hazard, like, oh here's another new idea.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
Do you ever run into difficulty working with a client who wants to sell their house, but maybe, it isn't ready for selling?
Yes, typically it's on price.
Okay.
When we do our market analysis, there is a range that we believe that price, that property should fall into as far as price goes, and they don't always agree.
Mm-hmm. That emotional attachment has a value in their mind. And maybe,
The buyer's perception is here, the realtor is here, and the seller is here sometimes.
I can believe that. And you mentioned HGTV. There's so many programs about, buying and selling homes and all over the world and all over the country. So has that been a positive thing for the real estate world?
Definitely. people understand when we talk about staging a property.
Okay.
If they've seen those programs, they understand what we're looking for as far as how, you know, it should look.
Declutter, take the personal things away, all
That's
those things.
right. You know, just even colors, paint colors.
Sure. Yeah, that's great. Very interesting. It's such a diverse job. And people might not realize how many elements there really are to that job.
Yes.
So is there anything else you want to say about your work? Because we want to find out a little bit more about you too.
As far as diverse, there's so many different people that we're working with too, aside from just clients. It's we're working with title companies, we're working with lenders, we're working with the county. There's a lot of different things going on in the background that people don't realize that are trying to get them to this successful closing.
Sure. Say a little bit more about that, because if somebody's thinking, gee, that whole real estate market is interesting to me, but maybe there are other careers, like even within this office, other jobs that people have, appraising, that kind of thing. Talk about some of the other careers that are around the real estate world.
Well, there are real estate teams, and you could decide that you want to be an assistant for a team.
Okay.
They're just administrative assistants just in an office. As far as scheduling, maybe being a person that schedules for showings.
Okay.
A title person, maybe somebody that is interested in doing title search, or a mortgage originator, a lender, or like you said, appraiser. There's a lot of different behind the scenes, and not just those specific jobs, but those that support those jobs.
Sure. Yeah, that's interesting, because the whole field has a lot to offer for somebody who might want to get started in it and look at lots of options along the way.
Yes.
So Suzanne, tell us about your family and your hobbies and things that you do outside of work.
Well, I am married to Michael, and he is actually the Habitat for Humanity building coordinator.
Wonderful.
And I have, we have a daughter and 2 grandchildren. One that Ezekiel is 1, and Sasha is 7.
Fun.
And yeah, very fun. And 1 dog, 2 horses, 3 cats.
So we know what keeps you busy.
Yep. I shoot archery.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you do that here?
I do, at the Faribault Archery Club. I'm a member there.
Wonderful.
I shoot in a league. I like to garden.
Yeah, you're a busy woman.
Yeah. Dabble a little in photography. So
Wonderful. I suppose that's a positive thing for your real estate world too, to be able to capture those things.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to ask you, Suzanne, is about Faribault.
Okay.
You know, as a chamber, of course, we're interested in always building up our community and making sure people know what a wonderful place it is to work and to live. So you work with people all the time that are thinking about moving here or need to move here for work or whatever. So tell us a little bit about how you promote Faribault as a community.
The first thing is the chamber here.
I didn't set her up to say that.
Absolutely. You did not. I'm sincere about it. I love the chamber here. I think the involvement in it is fabulous. The networking, the events, the chamber's really great. You do a great job.
Thank you.
I love our downtown, the Paradise Center for the Arts. We have the Shattuck St. Mary's is a great attraction for people, you know, with their hockey program and such. I think we're growing. I really think that Faribault is growing in a positive direction. You know, with new businesses coming in and.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, Suzanne, I really want to thank you for sharing information about your work and about yourself. You're a great asset to the community too, and we appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
So we learned a little bit about real estate today, and about Suzanne, and about her job here at Edina Realty. And this is one of the many ways that people work in Faribault. Thank you for watching this program about one of the fascinating jobs right here in our area, proving that Faribault works. Thousands of people get up every day and go to work. You're probably one of them. If you have a job that you think people would like to hear about, or you know somebody in your neighborhood or in your workplace that you think would be an interesting subject for this show, give me a call at the Chamber. We'd love to interview you as well. Thanks for watching Faribault Works.